Hey y'all, it's me. It's your girl, and you already know. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal? We here with another reaction, honey. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome, real deal. Now look, y'all know I had to do this content on my girl, Judge Hatchett, right? Y'all know that, right? Now you know Judge Hatchett, the judge, the TV star judge. You know she's a judge in Atlanta. Period. Judge Hatchett react to former sheriff inappropriate behavior towards her. They use groping, but I try to use something different than groping. Okay, I didn't want to be a copycat. But anyway, a Georgia sheriff pleaded guilty Monday to groping TV judge Glenda Hatchett, who recalled being so stunned that she froze when the lawman grabbed and squeezed her breast at a hotel bar last year during a law enforcement conference. Okay, Beckley County Sheriff Christopher Cootie pleaded guilty in Cobb County State Court to a misdemeanor charge, sexual battery, and was sentenced to a year on probation. News outlet reported. He also resigned from the office he had held since 2017, and that's a long time. Now, he so, quote, this is what she said, he so violated me. And at that moment, I felt so powerless. Hatchett told the Associated Press in a phone interview Monday after the hearing, I see myself as a strong woman. I have never been a victim, and I felt it was important for there to be an accountability. Okay, an Atlanta attorney Hatchett starred in the courtroom reality show Judge Hatchett. Y'all know that, right? But let's get into what's going on. Let's pay attention to what's going on, y'all. Let's listen to this. And then y'all leave y'all comment because he ain't had no business doing it. He thought she was drunk.
If you are just joining us, a Georgia sheriff pleaded guilty today of sexually assaulting television judge Glenda Hatchett. Bleckley County Sheriff Chris Cootie resigned his position effective immediately. He was accused of groping Hatchett at a Georgia Sheriff's Association event last year. So Channel 2's Karen Greer with us now in studio. And Karen, you talked with Judge Hatchett exclusively about this ordeal.
Yes, she left the courthouse and came right here to our studios to discuss just how hard this has been for her these last 20 months. Judge Glenda Hatchett is the star of a reality courtroom show. She represented the family of Philando Castile, a black driver shot and killed by police in a highly publicized lawsuit. But today, she was on the other side of the courtroom, pleading for justice for herself. Moments after leaving that courtroom, she sat down with me to talk about the deep depression she's endured and why she chose to fight back.
He's no longer the sheriff. He's on probation for 12 months, $500 fine, 40 hours of community service, and he didn't get first offender treatment, which I am most pleased about. So he will always have this on his record, as well he should.
Justice.
Justice.
In a Cobb County courtroom, Judge Glenda Hatchett tearfully recalls that night in January of 2022 when she attended a reception for the Georgia Sheriff's Association. Hatchett says she was introduced to former Bleckley County Sheriff Christopher Cootie.
I was being gracious, and I said, my family is from Georgia, Troup County, but I don't know where Bleckley County is. And we kind of got that conversation going. And he poked me. It's in the heart of Georgia, right? And I did not take offense to that. But then he grabbed my breast, was squeezing on my breast, and rubbing my breast.
That's when she said U.S. Marshal and former DeKalb County Sheriff Thomas Brown forcibly removed Cootie's hand from her breast.
I was stunned. I was angry at myself because I'm like, why didn't I slap him? Why didn't I kick him? But Karen, I was just in that moment, I was just frozen.
So you immediately filed charges?
I did the next day. I thought, okay, I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong Black woman. I can handle this. I got this. This brought me to my knees. I don't know how else to describe it to you. It's just to feel that powerless and not having any control over somebody who would do something so horrific and demeaning to you. How dare he do that to me? How dare he treat me like that?
You know what? She's a good judge, but by her saying that, by her being a judge and she see girls coming in court or men's coming in courtroom with that kind of problem, it can happen to you. And like she said, she couldn't move, she couldn't do nothing at that time.
Over somebody who would do something so horrific and demeaning to you? How dare he do that to me? How dare he treat me like that?
And Hatchett says she is still in counseling and probably will be for the rest of her life. This was something.
Y'all got to understand, Hatchet going through something with her daughter. When her daughter got killed, accident or got killed. One, I got to make sure. But when her daughter died,
Sign up for
her
this work.
daughter-in-law died having a baby. That's what it was. She died having a baby. But I want to show you this last
TK
little
has
clip.
really been the person who has been leading this. I want to talk to you, and I'm grateful that you're all here so that I can just have this opportunity collectively. Because I hope you understand that every time I talk about this, I am in fact having to relive what happened to me. I was at a reception. I'm going to be very candid with you. I'm going to be fairly brief. I'm going to be very candid about what happened so that there's no misunderstanding about what went on. I was the guest of then retired Sheriff Thomas Brown at a reception for the Georgia Sheriff's Association. I was greeted with I was welcome. People were just happy to see me. People wanted to take pictures. I felt very comfortable. And so for this to happen was just like, my goodness. And I was standing at a table, and the defendant, who I will continue to call the defendant, came up uninvited, and I was introduced to him as Judge Hatchett. To be cordial, I'll make this very quick. My family is from Troup County, Georgia. I said that, but I didn't know where Bleckley County was. He poked me just momentarily in the chest. It's right in the heart of Georgia. But then he grabbed my breast. He grabbed my left breast. He squeezed it. He then started rubbing on my breast until Thomas Brown intervened. Literally had to take his hand off of me and push him off of me. I am a very strong woman. I pride myself on being strong. And I really thought I was fine. I'm just going to tell you exactly what happened. I'm fine. This happened Tuesday night. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I pressed charges the next morning. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I even went to a dinner that Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I could not get out of bed. And I want to be candid about this. I'm being because people who know me, my life is very public, but my life is very private. I bet you $1,000, very few of you could say anything about my personal life, and that is by design. Even before I went on television, I am very private, almost introverted in my personal life. And so here it is, I am sobbing, literally sobbing. I could not stop crying. I could not get out of bed that Thursday morning. My assistant, Naima Rashad, has been with me for some 12 years or so at that time, was like, she'd never seen me like that. I rarely cry. Very few people have ever seen me cry. And I could not even get up to go and get something to eat. That's how, in what horrible shape I was. I'm very candid. that I did go into therapy that evening at 6 o'clock with Dr. Susan May. And I say that because there's sometimes such stigma about therapy. I needed help. My life had been changed. And as I said to the judge in the court this morning, that I never expected that I would be so deeply affected by this. I could barely get through my impact statement. See, my eyes are still puffy. I cried and cried and cried in court. And thankfully, I've at least gotten that out so that I hopefully won't break down today, and I might. But what I said is that there is a scar that he left. And what I really resented is that someone could have that kind of power over me. That somebody could make me in that moment feel helpless. I have never felt so helpless in my entire life. And I was angry, frankly. I was angry that I didn't slap him. I didn't kick him. But now I understand victims. I was absolutely frozen. And so I stand here today, as they have said, that I have been on the other side of this. I've never been the victim. I have been the advocate. I have been supporting people. I've been trying to make sure that people's rights were protected. And here I am being a victim. And so it would have been easy for me to just, go home and say, okay, well, it was an unfortunate situation. I had to file charges. There had to be accountability because the message needs to be clear that you cannot do this. How dare you do this? And if he would do this to me after having been introduced to him as Judge Hatchett, what else is happening? What about the women and men who are out here who don't have the resources that I have, who don't have the support of this amazing law firm and these amazing lawyers and all these people in the community who have stepped up and have been with me? This is what I have to do, in my opinion, so that he could hold on to not only his salary, but his pension. And I'm going to go there. I am going to go there. The governor did nothing.
Ẹ̀yin bọ̀dá mi, ẹ̀yin sísá mi, tẹ́tí sílẹ̀ àlọ́rọ̀ fún yín. Ụmụnne m n'obodo oyibo nọ, ịbụ onwe gị n'ọrụ.
That's sad, y'all. I'm trying to hold up because she just had me kind of crying a little bit. I'm sorry. She had me crying, but I love this woman.
After men and women stood in front of the Capitol last October and demanded that the governor take action. He never suspended him until today, when he resigned. He has been on salary and will have his full benefits. And so that is outrageous and it's unacceptable. And yes, I went there. And so what I will say, and I will take a few questions today, and I appreciate you all being collectively here so that I don't have to keep reliving this over and over as I talk. But I just want to say to the victims out there, speak up. People have to be accountable. And the judge said to me before I left the court today,
wait a minute, y'all. What happened? Hold on.
CK has really been.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real deal. Let me see.
Don't have the resources. Absolutely enough. This has got to be resolved. And if he hadn't entered the plea today, he would then be, we would be on trial next Monday and Tuesday. And so I didn't know whether he was going to show up this morning. I mean, we went.
Okay, y'all, what she doing now? Just really like taking questions from them and everything. You know, I hate that this happened to Judge Hatchett. She's a good judge, and ma'am, she don't play now. She do not play about the law. This woman right here, Oh, she don't play. So when he violated her, oh God, my God, he know it was over. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Even though we know he wrong, but let me put former Georgia sheriff because they wouldn't say his name, but a lot of you people might know him, but they didn't put it. They wouldn't say his name. They just said former Georgia sheriff, and he retired. I know his wife about to have a fit. Okay, I'm out, y'all.